We continue with our objective to craft an African wealth building culture by learning from societies where a number of people, a significant proportion of people, ordinary people, have become wealthy. Now, I welcome you to our habit 5. Under habit 5, we are discussing a concept that the millionaires accurately assess their entrepreneurial capability. Many people confuse the relationship between being wealthy and being an entrepreneur. It is not true that to become wealthy, everyone must give up their professions such as medicine, law, accounting, and so on, and become entrepreneurs. The seed of wealth building is to generate enough income and set aside a part of it that you invest and grow. If you can remain in your professional work and still generate a reasonably good income, then you can still become wealthy if you follow the defensive strategy, that is frugality, planning, and investment. The difference between entrepreneurs and other people is that entrepreneurs become wealthy by taking substantial risks and leveraging the labor of dozens or even hundreds of people. The best wealth builders accurately assess their entrepreneurial capability. They don't blindly get out of their professions or careers to go into entrepreneurship. They know the extent to which they can take risks and leverage the labor of many people to generate wealth. There is a section of ordinary looking American millionaires who are not entrepreneurs, but still they became wealthy. This category of wealthy people have always wanted to be financially independent. They know that they aren't cut out for entrepreneurship. So they remain in their high-income professional work. And in that work, they generate reasonably high income. That is the offense strategy. In soccer, the offense strategy, the striking strategy is the scoring of the goal. In wealth building, the offense strategy is the generation of income. The defense strategy is growing that income which is put aside into wealth through frugality. So these people remain in their high income professional work, and then they generate enough income, reasonably high income there, put aside a significant part of it, and grow it into wealth using frugality. Evidence about typical wealth people in this category reveals that they inherited zero wealth from their parents or relatives. They earned in the medium income range in their career. They never received any other major financial injection, such as winning lottery and so forth. They never. Their success is attributed to accumulating wealth based on living well below their means. In addition to accumulating wealth, this category of millionaires, they never neglected their families. They provided funds for their children's education up to college. Most of them, actual research shows about 80% of them live in fine homes in upper middle class neighborhoods. Now, you need an accurate assessment of the extent to which you can shoulder the risks of entrepreneurship and carry responsibility for the lives of the many people who raise income for you. If you aren't cut out for that kind of life and would rather stay in your profession but still desire to accumulate wealth, you still have an option to use. You have the offense strategy, that is generating enough income in your profession. And then the defense strategy, using frugality to grow part of that income into wealth. So not everybody must become an entrepreneur to become wealthy. There is this option. People not cut out for entrepreneurship who blindly venture into it with their, without accurate assessment of themselves. They move in with their heads, but their souls aren't in it. Always end up in bad life experiences. This category of wealthy people treasure the key disciplines of frugality. This group would never leave their profession. They allocate time and energy to planning and budgeting. They stay in their profession, but they capture those disciplines, key disciplines of frugality, planning and budgeting. They run their lives by a household budget. They are meticulous at planning their expenditure. They place restrictions on their domestic expenditure. They don't let their domestic expenditure run wild. They actually invest a predetermined portion of their pre-tax income, and they run their lives on what remains. Someone said that's the difference between the wealthy people and the rest. Wealthy people invest and live on what remains. The rest spend and try to see what is remaining so that they invest. Their disciplines are the opposite. These people prioritize financial independence over high social status. We discussed that in one of their habits. They keep growing their net worth, consciously planning, monitoring how things are going. They know that great offense game, that is earning income, and poor defense game, frugality, investment, leads to low wealth accumulation. So they balance both. Great offense, that is earning income, and great defense, frugality, planning, investing. So they balance both. That was our fifth discipline, that the millionaires accurately assess their entrepreneurial capability. And that's where we see a section of millionaires who know themselves that they are not cut out for entrepreneurial life. And so this section of millionaires stay in their high income professions. They put aside a significant portion of that income using the defense strategy, and they grow that through frugality. They grow that, they invest it and grow it into wealth. That was our fifth habit. The important part is to assess yourself. That's the key point from that habit. Assess yourself. You desire to become financially independent. Are you cut out for entrepreneurial lifestyle? If you are not cut out for that lifestyle, being responsible for the lives of hundreds of people, dozens of people who are building wealth for you, planning for them, looking after them, so that you make them, put them in a state in which they can create wealth for you. If you are not cut out for that life with its risks and pressures, you can still get wealth, build wealth, significant wealth, by this other approach. You stay in the profession. You make sure you generate substantial income out of that profession. Put a significant part of it aside first to invest it and grow it, and then you live below your means on what is remaining. I welcome you to Habit 6. Under Habit 6, we will discuss the millionaires teach their children to fish, not to just sit and wait for fish to eat. The millionaires teach their children to fish, not to just sit and wait for fish to eat. That's Habit 6. Welcome.